Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session of a Compulsory English. In the last few sessions we were discussing about a group discussion, and in this session we will complete this unit with a task that is prescribed to us in the textbook. So let us solve this task and try to understand the language expressions that we should use in a group discussion. See the problem, this task fifth uh, problem, how to stop suicide of farmers. So this is the problem given to you to discuss, and you are supposed to give the solution. So see, a solution or solution. See, the first solution I have written here. One solution to this problem is to implement the policy of minimum support prices for agricultural products. So you can understand, one solution of this problem is to, this is a common sentence, common expression that you can use frequently. So to implement the policy of the minimum support price for agricultural product. And second solution is to establish a separate governing body for import and exports of agricultural products to ensure the market stability. Understand that. Two things here are important, as I told you in the last session also, that language expression along with the thought or along with the opinion, and this opinion should be a logical one. Both these things are important. How you express and what you express, and what you express should be logical, reasonable. And when your opinion, when your solution becomes logical, when you read, when you think about the issue, when you have a knowledge about the issue, without understanding, without knowledge, without perception, we can't give the proper solution. It is not possible for us to give a solution without understanding the topic. So if you want to understand, if you want to give a valid solution to the topic, you should have a depth reading in it. And for that purpose, I suggest you to read newspaper. Open your ears for the news. Instead of reading WhatsApp chats or Facebook lives, you should read the real news in the newspapers. You should access not only the local newspaper that is written in Marathi or Hindi. You should go for English newspapers which were published universally or at international level. New York Times, London Times. There are several news agencies that were publishing their newspapers at the international level. So you should think about it, and your thought, your opinion should be expressed in a very influential kind of expression. So this is what the solution are. Here two solutions were given, and both these solutions are very logical, and you can implement them in reality. Your solution that you are supposed to give should be implementable. You should think in terms of its implement in reality. So this is what we will read this once again. One solution to this problem is to implement the policy of the minimum support prices for agricultural products, and second solution is to establish a separate governing body for import and export of agricultural products to, or you can say import body to monitor import and export of agricultural products to ensure the market stability. So this is what you can see the solutions. Then second, see, besides, it is necessary to promote the agricultural product processing unit at different parts of the nation by keeping in mind the gross yields. So this is what you can the second solution. And both, or you can see that these three solutions are very logical one, reasonable one, and you can implement in reality. So this is what are the solution of this problem. See the second solution of the problem. Second problem. Terrorism is a serious problem in our country. See the two solutions were given here. One remedy to establish a council that will ensure the social enlightenment in connection to terrorism. The humanism explored by all the religions should be the part of the syllabus at different levels. See the two remedies were given here, and here also you can see this sentence or this kind of structure is common. One remedy is to establish a, or one remedy is establish a council that will ensure the social enlightenment, in connection to terrorism. The humanism explored by all the regions should be the part of the syllabus at different levels. Or see the second one, the establishment of a separate body that coordinates with military, state police department and the intelligence bureau is one of the most important solutions of this problem. See, these two things. One is thinking from one perspective. One is thinking from a perspective of a sociology. He is of uh, thinking about the root cause of terrorism. He tried to convince other group members to put the uh, humanism explored by all the religions in the syllabus. And the second is thinking from different perspective. He is thinking from a social security. He wants to establish a body that will efficiently attain the problem of terrorism. So this is the two things, two different perspective and two different solutions for a single problem. So see the fourth one. A chief guest to be invited for the book publication program. See, I would like to suggest the name of Sri Nana Patekar, who is not only a best actor but also a social worker. So this is what I would like to suggest. This kind of structure is again common that we can use in any situation or in any group discussion. I would like to suggest the name of Sri Nana Patekar, who is not only a best actor but also a social worker. So you are suggesting a name and also giving a reason why you are suggesting the name of the person. Then second, say, in my opinion, instead of fixing the name of a chief guest from a film industry, we should think of a local industrialist as we will motivate our students. So you can understand, in my opinion, here is the common language expression that you can use in any group discussion. So in my opinion, instead of fixing the name of a chief guest from a film industry, we should think of the local industrialist as he will motivate our students. So this is what the uh, another solution for the problem. Then see the fourth problem: how to stop sexual harassment of women in public places. Two solutions were given here. One solution of this problem is here. You can see the same structure is used here. One solution of this problem is, which we have used it in the first situation. One solution of this problem is to establish the CCTV cameras on the most of the remote parts of the city and appoint the police at night. This is what you can see is the uh, one point or one solution or two solutions you can see. In my views, instead of thinking of a crime, we should think of a psychology behind it. We should cultivate a very sound environment for a gender equality. You can see when we compare these two, uh, or before that, you can say this is in my view or in my opinion. This is the common uh, language structure, language expression that we can use in this situation. Besides, you can see when you compare these two things, one uh, that is a very practical one. It is not idealistic one. It is a practical one. It is giving the solution, immediate solution to the immediate problem. And second is it is an ideal one. It is not an immediate problem, immediate solution, but it is an ideal solution of the immediate problem. So first is more valid than the second one. You should think in this way, that your solution that you are supposed to propose should be implicable, or it should be valid or feasible in the real world. And for that reason or for that purpose, you require to understand the problem. And when you understand the problem, think about it, then only it is possible for you to bring out the solution. So this is what the giving solution or suggesting solution. So this is what we learned in detail in the when we were discussing this sub point, that giving suggestion or using sorry giving suggestions to the problems. Then you can understand B part of this task. See the problem. Someone in your, or the question you can say, someone in your group suggests that the college trip should be arranged before terminal examination instead of in February and March. So this is what the discussion of your group discussion. This is the topic for your group discussion. See, support the suggestion making your own point. So you are in this one situation, in the first situation you are supposed to uh, give suggestion or supposed to suggest a solution with your own point. See, I am also of the same opinion, because you are supposed to support this suggestion. I am also of the same opinion. It is observed that after terminal examination, most of the students leave for their hometown, and there is also the issue of hotel and food. Sorry, hostel and food. So this is what you can see is the you are putting your own point and supporting the suggestion. See, the oppose this suggestion giving you a reason. See how to oppose this. Uh, how to oppose this suggestion. See, the idea is absolutely wrong, as it may divert the minds of the students from study, and they will waste their valuable time in trip. So this is also a very valid kind of a solution, a valid kind of a suggestion. See, you are opposing this suggestion while giving your own reason. And what is it? As it may divert the minds of the students from study, and they will waste their valuable time in trip. So this is what the second situation. Say the third one. Express your doubts about the feasibility of the suggestion. So you are supposed to raise doubt against the suggestion. So see, are you sure that all the students will participate in college trip before terminal examination, as they might be busy in extra classes and studies? So this is what the doubt is raised against this uh, uh, situation or the solution suggestion. So you can see we understand the three different situations. In one situation we are supporting the suggestion with own reason. In second we are opposing the suggestion by giving reason, and the third is expressing doubt about the suggestion. And in all this, so see, I am also of the same opinion. This is a common thing that common kind of language expression that we are supposed to use. Then the idea is absolutely wrong, as it may be. So this is again a very common one. This idea is absolutely wrong. Or when you are supposed to express doubt, you ask a question: are you sure that all this? Are you sure? This is the common kind of language expression that you have to use. Are you sure that all the students will participate in a college trip before terminal examination, as they might be busy in extra classes and study? So this is what the supporting suggestion, opposing suggestion, and expressing doubts. These are three. We have learned these situations and learned the expressions in the while discussing the module. See the next C part of this task. Someone in your group discussion on examination suggests that semester pattern of examination should be completely abolished. Support the suggestion, react against it giving your reason, and expressing your doubt about it giving your reason. See, supporting this suggestion with your own argument. So absolutely agree with this opinion, because it can be observed that the educational system invests most of its time in conducting examinations, which is not the only important part of teaching and learning process. See, absolutely agree with this opinion. This is what, this is the common language expression that we can use to support the suggestion. Absolutely agree with this opinion, because it can be observed that the educational system invests most of its time in conducting examinations, which is not the only important part of a teaching and learning process. So you can see you are supporting this argument, supporting this suggestion with your own point of view. So you think that educational system invests most of its valuable time in conducting examination instead of conducting teaching learning sessions. So this is what is your pointer. Then react against it, giving your reason. I don't think that this is the right decision because evaluation is the most important step of a teaching learning process. Here also you can see the first sentence. I don't think that this is a right decision because you can see this is a common language expression that you can use frequently. So evaluation is the most important step of a teaching learning process, is the reason that why you are opposing this statement. Then expressing doubt. I am doubtful about this statement. So you can see simply saying that I am doubtful about this statement because the terminal examination also have several loopholes. So this is what you can see. Instead of asking a question, you can also directly say that I am doubtful about this opinion or I am doubtful about this suggestion. So this is what you can see is the significant thing that important thing that we should keep in our mind while expressing doubt. The two things that one, you can ask a question, and by asking question you raise or express your doubt about the statement. And second, that you simply say that I am doubtful about this suggestion, I am not agree with this, and you give the reason why you are not why you are doubtful about this opinion. So this is what the C part of this task. The next part, to save trees means to save earth. See, Mohan, friends, let me take the opportunity to begin this group discussion on to save trees means to save earth. I invite you all to share your valuable opinion and observations. So this is the initiation of the group discussion. Mohan is a group leader. He is working, acting as a group leader, and he is initiating the group discussion. He is stating the topic of group discussion and inviting others to participate in it. So these friends, let me take this the opportunity to begin the group discussion on. This is a common thing that we are supposed to use. And again, inviting others. I invite you all to share your valuable opinion and observations. So these two sentences are common that we can use in any initiation of any group discussion topic. So this is a Mohan. So see, Rakesh. Yes, it is a very important topic that should be addressed in every academic discussion. Today, we are facing the acute environmental crisis that have been changed the seasons in many of the continents. So this is what you can see. The reason is given by Rakesh that why we should discuss about this. Aim, objective, or importance is stated by Rakesh about the group discussion. Then Sunita, that is true. So Sunita is agreeing with the opinion of Rakesh. So that is true. I agree with your opinion. Yesterday I was reading an article on endangered species on Earth that noted an observation that deforestation have caused the unnatural extinction of different species. So this is what Sunita is saying. Sunita is agree with the Rakesh. Then Manohar is speaking. Friends, your views may be right, but I think what we are thinking in connection to the environmental changes is just an exaggeration. We were prejudiced that misdeeds of mankind are the causes of environmental change. So you can see this is the another angle to the topic. So he is not connecting cutting tree and environmental crisis altogether. He is thinking that what we were thinking about the environmental changes is just an exaggeration. So this is a Manohar. So Manohar is not agree with Rakesh, Sunita, and even Mohan. Then Yogesh is saying, sorry, excuse me, Yogesh. Sorry, excuse me, Manohar. Excuse me, Manohar. What do you mean by that? Do you think that we are exaggerating the change? Haven't you observed the heavy rainfall in our drought prone areas? We have also seen that the rivers were breaking the red line limits of the flood. Have you seen the data of temperature hike in the last few years? Do you know anything about the endangered species? So this is what the questions asked by Yogesh to Manohar. This is raising doubts against his opinion. Of course, yes, we should think about the environmental crisis by keeping in mind your points. But what you have counted are not the reasons, but just the symptoms that promote a thought. that we have created the environmental crisis. Again, Manohar is not agree with Yogesh. He is again stick to his own point. He is convincing others that we were thinking that environmental crisis is the creation of a mankind, but it is not the, the same thing. It is something different. Then Sunita is saying, Manohar, will you please explain your point? Because in my opinion, it is only the greenhouse gases that cause the melting of iceberg of Antarctica and the ozone layer depletion. So this is what another point added by Sunita. Then Yogesh is speaking. Absolutely right, Sunita. I also think so. And the only solution to this problem is planting trees and decrease in the carbon emission. Rakesh. I am also agree with you. Fossil fuel emerged as a culprit in the last few decades. The carbon footprint on the agrarian nations like India is also hiked due to its ultimate unlimited consumption. So see, Rakesh, Sunita, and Yogesh were agreed with each other. Only Manohar is opposing, or Manohar is with another angle to this topic. Then Manohar saying, friends, I would like to bring to your kind notice that global warming is purely a natural process. There are cycles of a cold wave and heat wave, which is evidenced in the history of Earth environment. We should not forget that we have occupied only 10% of Earth. The scientists have proved that global warming has happened at various times in the past 2 million years. So you can see this is what Manohar is saying. And when we think about Manohar's point, you can see Manohar is not speaking uh, in or speaking positively about the topic. He is raising the negative points, thinking that thinking about the environmental crisis is a man-made. So you can see, but while putting such a kind of a negative points, he is very polite one. He is saying that I would like to bring to your kind notice that global warming is a purely natural process. So what, all these things you can understand that how to put negative point with a positive light. Then Mohan, excuse me Manohar, I also want to share certain scientific facts with you. So as a leader, he is not a dumb listener, he should participate in a discussion. So he is discussing. If you see the rate of deforestation of the world, it is rapidly converting the forest land into desert. And African countries like Congo, Ethiopia, Kenya, Madagascar, and Nigeria have deforested the forest so rapidly that accelerate all the natural processes. If we consider the global warming as a natural process, we cannot consider deforestation, uncontrolled mining, unlimited consumption of fossil fuel, and increase the level of toxic gases in the environment will make the situation worse. So, in my opinion, only trees can save us. So, this is what you can see. Again, the Mohan is convincing Manohar with certain real examples. Then Rakesh, I also think the same thing. Tree plantation is the only solution that will help us to decrease the carbon from the environment. Sunita, we are living in a contemporary world where trees are not still the endangered species, but if we keep on the rate of deforestation, then we may teach the future generation about the earth vegetation with models and pictures. So this is a sarcastic remark given by Sunita. Mohan. Excuse me friends, the time given for the discussion is over. We have discussed the different issues related to the tree plantation. Most of the members of a group show the concern regarding consumption of fossil fuel, carbon emission, greenhouse gases, carbon footprint, melting of iceberg of Antarctica, the ozone layer depletion and rapid deforestation, and admit that only the tree plantation will save us. I am thankful for your cooperation and the knowledgeable sharing. So this is the summing up by the group leader. So this is what you can see is the uh, group discussion. Read it again and again. I am sharing this with you on a Telegram. Read it again and again and try to write your own group discussion on any topic of your choice. Write about a gender equity, write about a domestic violence. You can see, or write about an global warming. Instead of trees means to say work, you can write about a global warming. or you can even write about youth and politics. So this is what the different topics of a group discussion, and you should try to understand how to write a group discussion, how to deal with a group discussion, or how to interact in a group discussion. So uh, read these task and try to solve your own, or try to write one, at least one group discussion on a topic that of your selection. So we will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.